MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. This is a prediction video for Luke Rockhold versus Michael Bisping. It's a rematch. This is taking place this Saturday, UFC 199. Bisping and Rockhold, they fought back in 2014. November of 2014, Luke Rockhold submitted Michael Bisping in the second round. Performance of the night, pretty impressive performance by Luke Rockhold. Then he went on to submit Lyoto Machida and then win his belt against Chris Weidman. I just want to say right off the bat, this is going to be a really tough fight for Michael Bisping. I'm a huge Michael Bisping fan. More of late, I haven't always been a huge fan of Michael Bisping, but, just the fact that his tenacity, his willingness not to go away, to keep coming, to always stay relevant. You got to respect that. This guy, he's not a spring chicken. He's getting up there in age, and he's still relevant. He just beat Anderson Silva, older Anderson Silva, sure, but he's always stayed in contentions. He's always stayed, in the top 10, at the very least, And, nobody works harder than Michael Bisping. No one trains harder than Michael Bisping. This is a guy that's done it in an era, he did it in the steroid era where everyone was juicing, and he always stayed clean, and he did it through hard work and dedication. The one thing, Michael Bisping mentioned this, and I think this might help him in this fight, is that, normally, well, first of all, he's had 35 fights, so he's had a lot of, wars in the octagon. He doesn't have that many finishes. Well, I shouldn't say that. In the UFC, he's got a lot less finishes in the UFC than before. But, I shouldn't say that. He does get his fair share, but I guess more of late, he's been more of a decision guy. Now, normally Michael Bisping, has an 8-week camp, and halfway through, he's ready to go. He's ready to fight. And, by the time the fight actually rolls around, he's almost, a little bit tired, and his body's maybe not responding the way it should be. So he feels, he might be a little more energetic in this fight. He might have a little more life, a little more spice to him, pep in his step. But, he's dealing with an absolute animal in Luke Rockhold. It's going to be a tough fight, Luke Rockhold, in my opinion, probably number 3 pound for pound in the world right now. The guy so well rounded, very athletic. He's a southpaw. He's awkward. He's very patient. He's calm, cool, and collective. He's got amazing kicks. We all saw how he put Michael Bisping down with a head kick. He's got a question mark kick. The guy is an absolute anaconda on the ground. This guy will choke you the fuck out. It's quite a handful for Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping, a come forward fighter, more of a boxer. He likes to throw his hands. He's quick. He's got good footwork, great cardio. But it's too bad. He waited 10 years for this, and he has to take his title fight on 2.5 weeks' notice. But it is what it is. He's going to take it. I just think Luke Rockhold has way too many tools. He's very composed. I think he's improved since his win over Michael Bisping back in 2014. I just think he won't be beat, and he's going to stop Michael Bisping in the 3rd round. I'm not sure if it'll be ground and pound or a submission, but he's definitely going to finish him. Luke Rockhold, ever since losing to Vitor Belfort, he has 5 fights in the UFC, 5-fight win streak. They're all finishes. So, this guy hasn't gotten a decision in a while, Luke Rockhold. So, anyway, got to go with Luke Rockhold. I think, though, Michael Bisping, the fact that he fought an Anderson Silva, I know Anderson's not in his prime, but a tall, lanky striker that's an awkward guy, I think that might help Michael Bisping a little bit in this fight. You know, dealing with the awkwardness of Silva, might not, you know, and the fact that he faced Rockhold before, he knows what he's getting himself into, that could help him a bit. But I still think Luke Rockhold, you know, ends this fight via finish. You know, he's gonna stop him. I mean, Luke Rockhold, like I said, in my opinion, he might be. I think he is the best 185 pounder of all time. Like, this version of Luke Rockhold beats the 2008, 2009 version of Anderson Silva. You know, prime Anderson Silva, I don't think he beats Luke Rockhold, you know. He's just too well rounded for Silva. You know, very, very athletic. Not everyone Silva faced were anywhere close to as athletic as a Luke Rockhold, you know. And also, you know, just look at the fact how in 2010, how Chael Sonnen physically dominated Anderson Silva for 22, 23, 24 minutes of that fight. I mean, you gotta think that Luke Rockhold would only do the same but worse. He's a hell of a lot better than a Chael Sonnen. Way more well rounded. He would have submitted Anderson Silva on the ground if he had him down there that long. Plus, you know, Anderson was never used to fighting a taller guy. Very rarely, anyway. Not too many times he fought a taller guy that was just as, you know, maybe almost like a similar striker talent wise compared to him. You know, Anderson was usually the taller guy, the ranger guy, and he was the counter puncher. Rockhold also a counter puncher as well. But anyway, it's going to be a very tough fight for Michael Bisping. But should be a good fight though. Should see a finish by Luke Rockhold. But that's just my opinion. That's my prediction. Luke Rockhold, third round, TKO or submission. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, subscribe. That's it for this one. Peace.